Here is your Radio Theater Channel weekly podcast for download. The RTC still has the very best old-time radio on the live streaming. And if it's music you love, tune in to the RTC Music Channel, where this link and many others are on our website at oldtimeradiolisten.com. Now, here's Jim.
Welcome, everyone, to our Christmas program here at the RTC Weekly Download. And, of course, we have a few Christmas shows for you and a few little things about Christmas that we'll get into after our first program. And our first program will be The Plot to Overthrow Christmas. This was on CBS, and it was on the day before Christmas, 1942. Here's Norman Corwin.
You are aware of the plot to overthrow Christmas, which has been going on for some time now. In fact, Norman Corwin wrote a play called The Plot to Overthrow Christmas, which has been broadcast on CBS for 3 years. Tonight, you will hear it again. This presentation is by way of a Christmas gift from CBS to its listeners on the principle that the best presents you can give your friends are the things you want for yourself. We wish you good cheer and ask you to follow the unraveling of The Plot to Overthrow Christmas by Norman Corwin.
Did you hear about the plot to overthrow Christmas? Well, gather ye now from Maine to the Isthmus of Panama and listen to the story of the utter inglory of some gory goings-on in hell. Now, it happened in Hades, ladies and gentlemen. It happened down there that the fiends held a meeting. The fiends held a meeting for the purpose of defeating Christmas. With the aid of a fade on the radio, we'll take you there with a hi and a hey-de-ho to hear firsthand the brewing of the plot down in the deepest Stygian grot.
Grot is a poetical term for grotto. Whenever you hear my voce sotto, or sotto voce, whichever you prefer, it's just I taking pains to make quite sure that nobody makes a poetical allusion which might in any way create confusion. I return you now to the voice you were hearing before I had to do this interfering.
As I was saying, in this Stygian grot, the notables of Limbo hatched a plot, and what went on in the sulphurous hole will soon pick up by remote control. Of course, such a pickup is not made quickly. As a matter of fact, it's done rather trickily. You mustn't mind if it sounds erratic. That's merely intraterrestrial static. And don't be surprised if you're deafened by thunder just as we start on our journey under. You'll hear earthquakes and all of the commoner varieties of natural phenomena. And so, below, via radio, to the regions where legions of the damned go.
Interrupt me in the middle of a movement of my favorite concerto. You should look to the improvement of your manners.
Sir, if you please, my apologies. I would not have intruded upon your recital if the matter were not so terribly vital.
The most important matter in the world is piddling when it comes to be compared with Nero's fiddling.
Now, what you say may be very true, but I have been sent here to summon you to a great mass meeting of the tortured souls down in the grot of the flaming coal.
A meeting? What for? What's the big idea? Why can't a fellow have some peace down here?
Peace? Poor soul can't be found on the premises. This is a region abounding in nemesis.
Now you're talking like a travel folder. Tell me, varlet, before I smolder, why are we meeting? Who's on the spot?
We're meeting in order to fabricate a plot against the festival that mortal men comfort in and gladden in again and again. You see, every year...
Never mind the facts. I don't want to hear how mortal man acts. The only information about which I care concerns the mass meeting and who'll be there.
His wickedness, Mephisto, will preside.
Naturally.
And several of the Borgias will be sitting at his side. And down in front, by the sizzling sodium, will be many personalities noted for their odium. Haman, Caligula, Medusa, and Legree.
That's all very nice, but what about me?
Oh, you'll be sitting in row A, center, between Ivan the Terrible, the Tormentor, and Circe.
Mercy. Why, they're both deranged.
Do you wish me to see if your seat can be changed?
Yes, if you will, please. Taste comes first, even though a soul may be eternally cursed.
Righto. See you at the meeting, then?
Yes. And now back to my fiddling again.
This is I, the sotto voce person. It should have been explained that Nero's rehearsing for nothing in particular. He's just that way. While hell's fires burn, he likes to play. Makes him feel a little more at home. It's just an avocation he picked up in Rome.
The meeting will now come to order, please. I've called you here from over 60 seas of boiling pitch and blazing phosphorus to stop what constitutes a loss for us. We've lost prestige, and I greatly deplore that we stand in danger of losing more in the way of confidence and spirit. We're far from our goal. We're nowhere near it. And this is the reason. Though we've done well in carrying forward the work of hell, we've left a very big job unfinished. After all these years, there is undiminished goodwill on earth every late December because of Christmas. Now, please remember that as long as this continues to be, the race of man will not belong to me. I will listen now to any questions you may want to ask, and then suggestions.
Mr. Chairman,
Brother Haman has the floor.
you say we have done well in our effort to sell evil. I say we have done better. We have carried out the letter of your law. We've done what I think is a pretty good job. And I say, as a veteran Damon...
Sit down there, Haman. Enough of this folly.
Sit down yourself. You're off your trolley.
Sit down, for I am Ivan the Terrible.
You're telling us why you are unbearable.
Hello, demons. This is no way to act. Please proceed with a little more tact. I want more decorum in this forum. All personal remarks must cease. Now, Brother Ivan, will you speak your piece?
I merely want to say in a casual way that Haman is a radical. He always gets fanatical. Why anybody think to hear him snort that the work of the Nazis should just stop short? Anybody think to hear him talking that Hitler and Hito should stop stalking the ways of the world?
Mr. Chairman, Brother Ivan is a demagogue with a brain like a fly and the manners of a hog. Why, he says
Now that's enough. We will hear from others. Surely there must be among you brothers enough venom and malevolence to crush a mortal man's benevolence. It's come to this. Are we going to let a little holiday like Christmas get the better of us all down here below?
No.
Very well then, sirs. Very well. Let's go. Let's lay down our plans now to overthrow this Christmas business and all that guff. of holly and mistletoe and stuff. Brother Caligula may take the floor.
Mr. Chairman, I abhor, as a former emperor, anything which curbs our rule. I suggest we start right in manufacturing more sin. Let us give some presents, too. Candy sticks and things to chew, fruits and nuts and little cakes, poisonous as rattlesnakes.
Bravo!
Let our subtlest worker be bichloride of mercury. Let us wrap in tinsel bright little gifts of dynamite.
Oh!
Work things so that men will fear when 12:25 draws near.
Bravo!
Soon at this rate, if you please, men will hang from Christmas trees.
My dear Caligula, permit the chair to say that we think you've got something there. And now, with this fine start, let's hear some more. Yes, Brother Nero, do you want the floor?
With all due respect to Caligula's views, I think there's a better method we can use. I've just heard lately men are giving the razz to classical music by making it jazz. They're swinging it Bach and what is keener, they're doing the shag to Palestrina.
Yeah.
As a connoisseur of music, of course I love the works of Rimsky-Korsakov. But today I note with a bitter shrug they've made Scheherazade a jitterbug.
Much as we admire your clever rhyme, will you get to the point? We're wasting time.
I was just about to say, when interrupted, that Christmas can easily be corrupted. If you take and swing all the Christmas carols, why, think of the evil. Just barrels and barrels of sacrilege every time you play a pious song in a profane way. Why, once you entice them to swing Noel, then victory belongs to us fiends. Well...
Mr. Legree.
I'd like to say that it seems to me that you all's barking up a coonless tree. I think Mr. Nero's made a wrong guess. The way to go about it is to get in Congress, bribe a bunch of senators who know their oats, and just make a purchase of a block of votes. And then they can legislate a situation where they rules whole Christmas right out of the nation. They can all get together and pass a law where there ain't gonna be no Christmas anymore.
I think Legree's suggestion is a beaut.
That's very cute and quite astute.
To me, it seems a bit impractical, because you have to be so tactical.
Why?
For instance, now, Senator who'd sell, his vote to our lobbyists might very well sell right out again and become a tool of agencies representing the Yule.
By the eternal night. That's right.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Miss Borgia.
I say that we should all give pause to think about this Santa Claus. He is the man behind the scenes, the symbol of what Christmas means. If we could rub him out, my friend, our troubles would be at an end. Just think how it would tickle us to liquidate St. Nicholas. A girl like me could fascinate the guy and then assassinate?
Do you think that you could do it, pretty one? Are you sure you wouldn't be by pity one?
Sometimes you are an awful tease, my master Mephistopheles. Ain't I murdered several dozens, poisoned uncles, aunts, and cousins? Don't my work right here in Hades make me first among the ladies? Men of virtue all have cussed me. I am sure that you can trust me.
Of that we haven't a particle of a doubt, Miss Borgia. And I'm sure we all have nothing but kind feelings toward you. But many times a woman's spy, alas, adores her victims. Dames make poor ambassadors.
Do you imply that such defects are found inherent in my sex?
I do.
Well, listen here, old Ironsides. You're heading for some cyanides. You've crossed a Borgia, and you know the consequences that follow.
Come, disciples. This is very bad. There's nothing to be gained by getting mad. Suppose we put the matter to a vote. First, the plan of Brother Nero's, viz., to swing the hymns and pious music. All those for will please respond by raising up a paw.
For?
And those against?
Against!
Very well. Now, the project of Legree's. Who is there here who totally agrees?
I do.
Legree votes for himself. And those opposed?
Opposed!
And now, all those who favor Borgia's cause, it being to eliminate Santa Claus.
Aye!
And those opposed? Seems the women have a way with them. At least they've carried the day with them. The motion's carried. And now we'll decide which one of us will take Nick for a ride. We'll all draw lots and thus settle the moot point of who will be sent to execute.
This is your old friend, Sotto Voce, visiting down where it's eternal noche. Noche is Spanish for night, you know. Merely a reference, just to show that English isn't all I have to go by. Oh, well. I guess I've missed my calling. I should have been a lobbyist. You see, I'm stalling to give them time to finish the voting. Let's see. The weather. Now I'm quoting the Daily Hellion. Continued heat both overhead and under feet. Fresh and moderate gases blowing up to gale force and then going north by westerly. Light showers of brimstone toward the evening hours. That's what it says here. I'm not fibbing. How am I doing with my ad-libbing? This is a thing a gabbard have fun with. Say, the drawing should soon be done with. We expect the results at any moment now. As soon as...
The lots have been drawn, and I'm glad to say the honor has fallen Nero's way. Now, Nero, you are charged with a great task. It's the evilest deed that we could ask a fiend to do. We'll be proud of you.
Now, just one moment. How do I get there? What do I wear? Is it dry or wet there? Is it fact or fancy or just word of mouth that he lives at the pole? Is it north or south? If he dwells in the regions to which I've referred, must I pass through a camp of Admiral Byrd? What shall I use when it comes to the showdown? A gun or a dagger? Well, give me the lowdown.
Now, Nero, you needn't sound so tragic. You'll get to Earth by the blackest magic. To create an express elevator is simple for an expert spell creator. With a lot of pyrotechnic dazzle, we'll let you off on a hill in Basel, Switzerland. From there, you will make your way to the Arctic Circle, then break your way through ice with a blowtorch. After a while, you are bound to reach Santa's domicile. And once you get there, oh, my dear Nero, all of our work will have gone for zero. If you don't succeed in your assignment, a disadvantage of our confinement. In limbo's the fact that we only get one chance in all the eternal roulette of circumstance.
I know. If at first we don't succeed, we can try again. But there is no need, because nothing will come of it. Meaning no offense, do you mind if I take my departure hence?
That, my friends, was a big brass gong. It's used in this story right along to indicate that we're about to travel to points where the plot will further unravel. And now, if Ambassador Nero elects, we'll have another spot of sound effects.
Tell me, stranger.
this Basel, Switzerland, or is it already Donner and Blitzerland?
Donner und Blitzenland, 5,000 miles away.
Thank you, mister. Good day. Tell me, stranger, I've been walking inland for weeks. Where am I now?
In Finland.
Tell me, stranger, because I've lost stock. Where am I now?
In Vladivostok.
This is stranger after all these centuries of blistering heat. Now I have to suffer from freezing feet. I'm wincing with pain from this pesky toe.
No speak English. Eskimo.
I declare by my frenetic soul, I must be over the magnetic pole. My watch has stopped. Can that be right? I wonder... Ah, a light! A light! In a moment now you'll hear me knock on Santa's door and he'll unlock it, never more to lock again.
Coming!
So is doom.
How do you do, sir?
Very well indeed. And you, sir?
Splendidly. Won't you come right in? Take your coat off. I see your chin is frozen. Also your hands and knees. Sit down while I get you some antifreeze.
Don't bother, sir. I will not be long. I'm about to perpetrate a fearful wrong. In short, I am going to do away with...
Take it easy. Do not play with that gun. I know all about you.
Really?
Haven't I had my agents scout you for weeks? You've come all this way to abolish Christmas. Now, let me say...
Listen, Santa, I'm no callow stripling. I've read Ernest Hemingway and Kipling and also The Shooting of Dan McGrew. And plenty of detective stories, too. And just to show you what a broad guy I am, I've also read The Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Do you think that a fellow with his reading so graded could have learned so little as to be dissuaded from a main objective? Why, don't make me giggle.
I'd feel a lot better if you wouldn't wiggle that gun so. Much as I'm impressed with your education, I honestly believe that a figure of your station should have given more thought to the ways of man and less devotion to the cult of Pan.
By others, no doubt your wisdom may be prized, but I didn't come here to be criticized. In fact, I came to dispatch a duty. So don't hand me any of this tutti-frutti. If you've any last words you want to say, then spill 'em. I haven't got all day.
Now, what's the rush? Unless I've counted wrong, the polar day has always been 6 months long.
Well, after I've disposed of you, I've got to hurry. Right back to hell or they'll begin to worry.
Not about you, but about your career in homicide. Do you think that the mere loss of you would make them hysterical? Their only interest is numerical.
Think so?
Mephisto wants to rule just as much of humanity as possible for reasons of personal vanity.
By the sticks, you're right. To think that he'd dare. Are there any ladies here? Will you permit me to swear?
My answer to that is an emphatic no. There are several lady dolls in the toy room below.
Oh, Claudius. Oh, Cassius. Oh, Naphthaline, what a fool I've been. What a fool I've been. Yeah, but wait. I think I see what you're after. You're as clever as a big-time Roman grafter. You remind me now of my royalty, just to get me in the mood for disloyalty. Do you think I could be that meanly deceptive to Satan? Why, Santa, I'm keenly perceptive. I can see right through all your clever ruses. Nero can be plenty foxy when he chooses. I'll have you know that I'm partly a dreamer, partly a wit, and partly a schemer. I'm part philosophical and also part mystic.
I suppose you fancy that you're highly artistic.
Fancy? Why, I have such a sense of beauty.
Don't hand me a helping of tutti frutti. Any creature who really had beauty in his soul would appreciate Christmas. he would know that the whole idea of the holiday was one of such power that all the fiends below might gnash their fangs and glower, yet never in a million years could do it harm, because it has a glory, a greatness, a charm you know nothing about.
That's so?
The spirit that it venerates, the good cheer that it generates, are things far, far beyond you. For all your wealth, no man on earth could sell ye these.
Am I so cursed as that? Will you tell me, please? What beauties there may be that I've never seen?
Have you ever seen a Christmas tree, tall and green, smelling of woodlands, covered with a sheen of silveriness, its branches bending low, with the fruits of human kindness instead of snow?
No.
Have you ever closely witnessed what takes place any Christmas morning on a young child's face? Or perceived any beauties purer than the joys distilled in the hearts of little girls and boys? Have you ever watched a fire in a fireplace on a Christmas Eve? Or listened to a grace at a table heavy with fruits and cakes and all the wonders that a kitchen makes, fowls and pastries, wines and meats, and nuts and raisins and candied sweets? Have you ever seen mistletoe hanging from a ceiling? In frosty air heard a far bell pealing? Have you ever come back from a sleigh ride tingling and your feet keeping time with the sleigh bells jingling? Have you ever seen the beauty of a sprig of holly? Or felt for a moment how it feels to be jolly?
Golly.
Have you ever known how exceedingly pleasant it is to unwrap a Christmas present? Did you ever know how much cheer it lends to be wished a Merry Christmas by all your friends? Did you ever experience the fun of giving? Do you know at all the joys of living?
I guess I don't. For all of me, I never knew such things could be. Just think how long in ignorance I've slept.
It must have been the company you kept.
I was a wicked tyrant once, you know.
Oh, yes, but that was centuries ago. You really had no way of knowing.
Perhaps. I guess that I'll be going. I really should be getting on my way.
But do you have to? Don't you want to stay?
You see, I'm just a bit,
Embarrassed?
Why, yes, sir.
Now, don't look so harassed. I know just why you came and who it was that sent you. But that's all done with. I take it you repent you of all your past mistakes?
With many pains and aches of conscience.
We interrupt this broadcast for a special bulletin. The Algiers radio, recorded by the CBS shortwave listening station, has just reported that Admiral Jean Darlan has been assassinated. Said the Algiers announcer, complete order reigns in Algiers. Further details at 8:55 tonight. We return you now to the program, The Plot to Overthrow Christmas.
Here. And tell me, will you have some wine or beer? I never touched the stuff myself, but I managed to keep on hand a little rye for purposes medicinal. I mean, your chin should be unfrozen. What a state it's in.
A while ago, you asked me if I understood good cheer. I do so now, St. Nicholas. I see it standing here. I want to ask you something, sir. Now, please don't give a yelp. Is there any sort of work to do where I can be of help?
Indeed there is. Indeed there is. And I'm glad you asked me. I have so many toys to make. This year the job's got past me. But first you sit and eat this bowl. I've got a little trifle I'd like for you to see. So will you sit right here and stifle your curiosity? I'll get it for you right away. It's down the hall, please.
Who'd ever think it? Will wonders never cease? At last, after all these centuries, I'm so happy I could buzz. It shows you what a lot a little Christmas spirit does. As emperor, I envied oft the cheerfulness of peasant, and now I...
Well, here it is, Nero, my boy. By way of Christmas presents, I offer you this little gift.
But Santa, for what reason?
A very good one, sir. To wit, compliments of the season. Well, go ahead and open it. Why stand there so, reflecting?
I'm just collecting thoughts, St. Nick. My thoughts I'm just collecting. Just think how far a tiny bit of fellowship will carry us. Oh, well. I say, what's this? What's this? It is a Stradivarius. Oh, thank you. Thanks a million times. I don't know what to say to you. I'll tell you what I'll do, St. Nick. I'll start right in and play for you. I'll play all night and day for you.
Fine, here's some music. I'm sure you'll play it well. It's a little piece entitled Noel, Noel.
This is I. Remember me, your sotto voce friend? I've just come back to tell you that the story's at an end.
Once again, the plot to overthrow Christmas has been foiled. 1 year ago today, none of us knew whether on December 24th, 1942, we could do such a broadcast as the Norman Corwin holiday play you have just heard. However, we could and we did. And we rather think that the plot to overthrow Christmas will be thwarted again in 1943.
This is how they celebrated Christmas back in the days of old-time radio.
With Old St. Nick just around the corner, workers at Shelton, Washington put in long hours to ensure early arrival of selected Yuletide trees to all parts of the country. Every branch bears the Christmas spirit. At Seattle's Naval Air Station, a special load of Christmas cheer is put aboard a plane bound for various points in the icy northern wastes, where our troops still protect our Arctic outposts. Merry Christmas, Joe. All over the nation, eager shoppers parade before store windows, packed with bright and shining presents for all the family, especially the youngsters. And it's a big problem to make a selection without breaking Santa. Pretty little girls and big beautiful dolls, and happy tots galloping hobby horses are found in every toy department. A handful of enticing puppetry brings a glow of anticipation. And if you want Father's heart to beat faster on Christmas morning, have Kris Kringle deliver a load of these streamliners to the children. If the limited is held up at the bridge, well, presto! And the Christmas flyer gets the green light. Everybody's friend has something for everyone. If you know of someone he might miss, open up your heart and have a Merry Christmas.
This year, 1.5 million Christmas trees rolled out of New Brunswick for all parts of Canada and the United States. Tied to one of the trees was a letter to Santa Claus. It was written by 11-year-old Villa Matchett of Chatham, New Brunswick, and it said that she was very poor and would like a doll for Christmas and some money, just a few cents. Now from CHSJ in St. John, Villa Matchett is interviewed by Ian Sclanders.
Because of this letter, Villa is going to have the most wonderful Christmas of any small girl in Canada. Isn't that right, Villa?
Yes, that's right.
Where did the tree with your letter go?
It went way down south in Natchez, Mississippi.
And what happened to it there, Villa?
It was one of the 1,000 trees that went to a big store. The store manager found my letter and took it to the Natchez radio station, and Santa Claus broadcast it with a lot of other letters.
When you wrote your letter, did you ever expect to hear from it again?
No, I guess I didn't. I just hoped I would.
What was the first you did hear of it, Villa?
One morning, a reporter came to the house and asked my mommy if I had tied a letter to a Christmas tree. She said she didn't know, but when I came in, she asked me. I said I did. I had.
What was the next you heard of it, Villa?
Letters started coming in from all over the States.
Did most of them have money in them?
Yes, they did.
What was the largest amount you received, Villa?
$25.
And what was the smallest?
10 cents.
Who was the 10 cents from?
From an old lady in Missouri.
Villa, I heard an old millionaire in Texas wrote and said he would buy you whatever you wanted from now on.
Yes, he did. He said he used to have a little girl, 11, but she was a grown woman now, and he'd like to look after me.
Have many presents been sent you besides money, Villa?
Yes, a lot. Dolls, candy, toys, and all sorts of things.
And they tell me the good people of Natchez, Mississippi, have asked you to travel south at their expense to be their guest of honor at the annual Natchez Pilgrimage celebration.
That's right. And they want me to stay on a southern plantation and everything.
That's wonderful. Tell us how you got from Chatham to St. John today, Villa.
That was another Christmas present. Bathurst Air Service flew me down in a special plane so I could make this broadcast.
Was this your first flight, Villa? This 150 miles from the north to the south of New Brunswick?
Yes, it was.
Did you like it?
I certainly did.
And who was your pilot?
Harvey Babin.
He's a great pilot, too, isn't he? He was in the RCAF during the war. Villa, what are you going to do with all the money people have been sending you?
I'm going to save it for my education so I can be a nurse when I grow up.
Well, thank you very much, Villa, and I'm sure you'll have a marvelous Christmas. This has been Ian Sclanders reporting from CHSJ in St. John.
And now something for the kids, or if you are a big kid, it's for you too. The Hall of Fame from NBC. This is the Christmas Stocking with Walt Disney and His Friends, 1934.
The Hall of Fame, presented by Heinz Honey and Almond Cream. Tonight, the Hall of Fame brings you Walt Disney and his gang. Yes, they're all here. Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
Hello.
The Three Little Pigs.
Hello, everybody.
Pluto the Pup. Clara Cluck. Donald Duck. And all the others. And here's the original Silly Symphony Orchestra in a medley of silly symphony tunes featuring the voices of the original characters. First, the Three Little Pigs and the song which swept the world.
And I play around all day. I build my house of bricks. I build my house of twigs. With a hey diddle diddle, I play on my fiddle and I dance all kinds of jigs. I build my house of stone. I build my house of bricks. I have no chance to sing and dance, 'cause work and play don't mix. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Big bad wolf, big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf?
The world owes me a living, from the grasshopper and the ant. Now the good book says the Lord provides. There's food on every tree. I see no reason to worry and work. No, sir, not me. Oh, the world owes me a living. The world owes me a living. You should soil your Sunday plans like those other foolish ions. Come on, let's play and sing and dance. the waltz from Lullaby Land.
Into Lullaby Land of nowhere, sleepyheads always go there. Sugar and spice and everything nice can all be found in Lullaby Land. This magic land is filled with toys and everything nice for girls and boys. You'll find all of childhood joy in Lullaby Land of
You're nothing but a nothing from the Flying Mouse.
You're nothing but a nothing, a nothing, a nothing. You're nothing but a nothing. You're not a thing at all. To be a bat's a bum thing, a silly and a dumb thing. At least a bat is something. You're not a thing at all.
As the three little pigs might say, who's afraid of the big bad wind? Who's afraid of the old hard water? Who's afraid of pots and pans, dishes, mops and brooms? Wind, weather, housework. Defy them with Heinz Honey and Almond Cream. No matter how windy or cold the weather gets, or how much housework you have to do, you'll never have to worry about rough, red, chapped hands again if you use Heinz regularly. It's almost magical the way Heinz makes raw, sore hands stop hurting and starts right in to heal the most painful cracks. Let the children use Heinz on their chapped faces and hands and on their red, raw knees when they come in out of the cold. Heinz eases the drawn, dry feeling that makes the skin burn when children come indoors. You know, when children's hands are rough and chapped, dirt gets ground in, and the skin looks grimy no matter how thoroughly it's scrubbed. But if their hands are softened and healed by Heinz, it will save a lot of unnecessary suffering, and they'll be easier to keep clean. Hand lotion fads come and go, but for 60 years, women have looked upon Heinz as the one dependable protection against chapping, the tried and proved way to keep hands smooth and lovely, even in the bitterest weather. For in addition to its healing balms, Heinz also contains cosmetic ingredients, which beautify the skin and keep it young-looking. And now it is my privilege to introduce the personality behind all of the world-beloved Mickey Mouse and Silly Symphonies. Ladies and gentlemen, Walt Disney.
That's enough. Whoa! Thanks, gang. Hello, everybody. How'd you like to be the father of my family at Christmas time? I mean, did you ever try to pick out a Christmas necktie for a horse? Or rubber boots for a young duck? Don't worry, Donald, you'll get your boots. Bless his heart. Well, we'll hear from him later in the program. No, Donald. Not yet. Nice little fellow. Now, our program tonight is to be a surprise party. It's the gang's Christmas present for... Donald, put it down. I told you not to bring that pop gun to the studio. Yes, you. And don't point it at people. Boys will be boys. Yes, the gang has gotten up the entire program by themselves. They've named it quite appropriately the Christmas Stocking. And each one of them has put a surprise for us, Donald, in the stocking. Put it down. Donald, don't point that gun at Clara Clark. Why, if it went off accidentally, you'd hit her. Yes, I'm sure. Give it to him, Clara. You bet she wants a fight. Take him, Clara. Let him up, Clara. You win. That's enough. You got just what you deserve. Shame on you. And if you hit anyone else with that gun, I'll break it right over my knee. Yes. Donald, give me that gun. Give it here. So you don't think I meant it? Well, I'll show you. There, let that be a lesson to you. And from now on, I want you to be a good duck. Say, Mr. Disney to you, Donald. Donald, just one more word out of you, and I'll call the boogeymen. How? Why, I'll just clap my hands 3 times, and they'll pop right out at you. Okay, I warned you. Here goes.
We are the boogie men. We will catch you if we can. When we come out into the night, baby's always waking with a fright.
I guess we got rid of Donald Duck for a while. And now Miss Minnie Mouse will take the first surprise from our Christmas stocking. Here she is. Donald, where'd you come from? Well, what do you want now? No, Donald, not now. Wait for your turn. Donald, give me those bells. No, I don't want to fight. But if I hear any more out of you, I'll sell you back to Joe Penner. Well, there goes Donald, and here comes Minnie.
Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Minnie, I hear you have a big surprise for us in the Christmas stocking.
Open your mouth and shut your eyes.
Oh, no, not with Donald in the studio. Just tell us what the big surprise is.
It's my 2 little birds, Jenny Wren and Cock Robin.
Are they going to sing for us? Minnie's going to play the violin while her 2 birds, Cock Robin and Jenny Wren, sing the love duet from their new silly symphony, Who Killed Cock Robin? And I might mention that this is our first mystery thriller. We defy you to guess who killed him. In fact, if you even suspect who killed Cock Robin, we'll give you Donald Duck. All ready, Minnie?
Wait till I give my birds a kiss. Down to red, Jenny Wren. Oh, no. Higher, Jenny, higher. That's right, precious. Come on, Cock Robin. Hop up on Minnie's violin. Get your pits. Listen. Oh, that's perfect. All right.
Splendid, Minnie. I'm sure your little birds will be a sensation on the screen.
Oh, thank you, Walt.
And while we're on the subject of pictures, I suppose you know that from now on all of Mickey's pictures will be in Technicolor.
And will Mickey's pants be red?
Yes, indeed. And I think it's about time his face was red, too. Let's get him up here to the microphone.
All right. Yoo-hoo. Oh, Mickey. Come on and bring your pig.
Okay, Minnie. Suey. Hello. I got a surprise. Minnie birds are okay, but I got something better than that. Wait till you hear my singing pigs. First, I gotta get them in pitch. Well, that's good enough. We ain't so particulars, Minnie. Presenting Mr. and Mrs. Patty Pig.
Mickey, that was beautiful.
You ain't heard nothing. Hand me that bucket of frogs, Minnie.
Here it is. Oh.
She's afraid of frogs. I'll catch them. I got one. Hold them, Walt.
Yeah. Steady, boy. Is there a blotter in the house?
Hey, where's my tree frog?
Here he is, Mickey.
Thanks, Goofy. Introducing the Milpond Brothers. Hopple, Turple, and Purple. Must have been something yet. Well, here they are.
Well, the old songs are always best. But let's see what the orchestra can do with a brand new tune called Heidi Hades from a silly symphony, The Goddess of Spring.
The Queen Bo-bo-bo-bo-bo. Sing a wicked hidey-ho, hidey-heidy.
I thought you'd gone home.
We just went across the street to get a soda. We've been listening to the program.
Have you? How am I doing?
That's our surprise. You're simply awful.
Same old silly pigs, always clowning. Well, pigs, now that you're here... Oh, Donald, please. Oh, Donald, I said no. Give me that cowbell. Well, pigs, what have you got to say for yourselves?
Merry Christmas, everybody!
And a busy and prosperous New Year, yes, sir.
Pigs, this is the time of the year we forgive our enemies. I want you to call the big bad wolf on the phone and wish him a Merry Christmas.
I wouldn't feel safe unless it was a long-distance call, sir.
No, that's not the Christmas spirit. The poor wolf is down and out, friendless, and he's hungry.
Uh-oh!
What's more, the big bad wolf is a fellow actor. He's always given the best he had to the cause of drama.
Oh, drama! What big eyes you've got!
I'm serious about this, Pig. Really, I am. I'll dial his numbers, and you wish him a Merry Christmas. Hello?
Hello?
Here he is. Take the phone.
Hello? We're the three little pigs.
Yeah? So what?
We want to sing you a Christmas carol.
Oh, fine. I'll be right over.
No, you stay where you are.
But I'd like to have you boys for dinner on Christmas. In fact, I've been counting on it.
I was afraid of that.
Well, where are you now?
Never mind. We just want to sing you this Christmas song. Listen.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. We just got you on the phone because we want to say, who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Big bad wolf, big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'll get you for this, why
Just the same foolish little pigs. They'll never learn. Holy mackerel, what's that? Oh, Donald, for heaven's sake, stop it. Terrible. And anyway, the three pigs have just finished singing that. I'm sorry, Donald, you're too late. No jingle bells. And now, here's a real surprise. Grand Opera. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with the greatest pleasure that I unveil the All-American Opera, written especially for this broadcast by Miss Minnie Mouse. The principals will be Princess Leonora, sung by the Barnyard Nightingale, Madame Clara Clark. The role of Don Pepico will be sung by Pluto the Pup. And Manrico, the Duke of Lysol, will be sung by Donald Duck. All right, overture. Our scene is a moonlit garden. It is spring. On a balcony overlooking the garden stands Leonora. She is in love, deeply in love. She sighs. She stretches out her arms. The moonlight has enchanted her. A song of love is on her lips. Leonora stops. She sees one of her lovers approaching. It is Manrico, the Duke of Lysol. Leonora greets Manrico. But they are interrupted. It is the other lover, Don Petticoat. Shoving Manrico aside, Don Petticoat pours out his heart. Hot words lead to blows. The lovers draw their swords. They come together. It is a battle to the death. Manrico and Don Petticoat both fall to the ground, mortally wounded. Leonora rushes to the ground beside them. She realizes that she has lost both her lovers. So she takes out a vial of poison and drinks it. Then she tries to revive the lovers so they can all die together. She bathes their wounds with Heinz honey and almond cream. They open their eyes. They see fair Leonora sinking to the ground. She is breathing her last. Her heart is pounding. All three are dead, but they struggle to their feet and sing as they have never sung before. Oh, Clara Cock is her face. She was trying so hard to reach that high note, and she laid an egg.
Tis the night before Christmas, and soon on his way, old Santa will come with his reindeer and sleigh. The children are sleeping all quiet and still, and the stockings are ready now for Santa to fill. With candy and blazing, he'll fill everyone, and up through the chimney he'll go when he's done. With a laugh he will call as he drives out of sight.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good
Hall of Fame joins Walt Disney and his gang in wishing you all a Merry, Merry Christmas. We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast of Mickey Mouse and the other famous Disney characters. Screenland Magazine is offering prizes in a contest of letters telling why you like Mickey Mouse. You'll find all of the details of the contest in the February issue of Screenland Magazine, which is now on the newsstands. The Hall of Fame is presented by the makers of Heinz Honey and Almond Cream, which throughout the bitterest weather keeps hard-working hands smooth and comfortable, lovely to look at and thrilling to touch. Next week, the Hall of Fame brings a return engagement of those two celebrated personalities of the screen, Charlie Ruggles and Mary Boland. The Hall of Fame has come to you from the NBC studios in Hollywood. John McIntyre speaking. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
You have been listening to the Radio Theater Channel Weekly Download. Check out our continuous stream at www.otrlisten.com. And join us next week for another Radio Theater Channel Weekly Download.